my God! Hello. Hi. Welcome. Shanti Tag. Bitch, you guessed it. Right? Oh my God, you're so smart. You always guess it. Affirmations. Shall we talk about it? Are they real? Are affirmations real? Are affirmations actually a thing of benefit? Alright, let's talk about it. Quick disclaimer, cuss like a sailor. I am a professional. I like to hydrate. Cheers. There might be some background noise. I have some fans on because it's legit really hot. It's a lot of degrees. It's a lot of degrees. Alright, affirmations. Here's the thing. Can they be beneficial? Yes. Yes, they can. Do they get tossed around lightly, in my opinion? Yes, they do. Are there some misconceptions out there about how they actually work and what they actually are? In my opinion, yes. Because bitch, you guessed it. Hey. Alright, so here is the jam. A while ago I talked about affirmations being total bullshit. And I still might kind of hold my stance on that. But, let's start here. Beliefs are merely thoughts you think on repeat. So anything we're focused on long enough can manifest. Okay? It really can. But here's the piece. All right? Here's the piece I really want to get into. It doesn't matter how much you beat the drum of an affirmation if the undercurrent is beating a different drum. If the subconscious mind, the underlying frequency, the roots of it all is chanting a different affirmation, right? So you could be chanting, I love myself, I'm beautiful, I love myself, I'm beautiful, I love myself, I'm beautiful, whatever it is, right? But if the dominant undercurrent, and I say dominant because typically undercurrent and the undercurrent is going to be the subconscious, unconscious thought form, that's going to be active even when we're unconscious, meaning it's active when we're sleeping, it's active when we're, focused and doing something else, right? That's what's active, right? And so the conscious thought form, like an affirmation that we bring to the table, that's typically only active for the amount of time that we are focused on it. Okay, so every, that undercurrent, that's what's being kind of like that dominant frequency, whether we're focused on it or not. That's why we call it the unconscious subconscious, right? And then we can also call it conscious, because once you're aware of it, that we bring it from the subconscious into the conscious forefront, okay? But what is getting the dominant airplay? Chances are, if you're reaching for an affirmation, it's because you're wanting to change something in your life. Am I right? Let's say you want money. Okay? I am abundant. Everything that I need flows to me. Everything that I want flows to me. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Whatever affirmation you bring to the table. Now, I'm not saying don't bring those affirmations to the table, but what I am asking or inviting you to do is, what's your success been with this affirmation? And if it's been successful, then congratulations, right? But if you're saying these affirmations and you're going into this work and you're not getting the results that you want, it might be time to take a look at, well, what's the undercurrent? What is the dominant affirmation that's being chanted subconsciously and unconsciously? And that's where we bring the Kundalini Yoga in. That's where we bring the emotional work in. So we can clean and clear that motherfucker up. And so the undercurrent affirmation is the equivalent or better than the conscious forefront of affirmation that you're carving out time to actually chant out loud. Does this make sense? Do you smell what I'm stepping in? All right. So self-love, let's take that again, okay? I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Now, but if you're saying it and you don't believe it, that means you're not thinking it enough to believe it. And remember, beliefs are just thoughts we keep thinking. Abraham has said, thank you, Abraham, okay? And if you don't know Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, she was really one of my entry points into all this work. Shout out, hugest shout out. Glorious, 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 huge shout out. Okay? So if you're carving out time and space to chant, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, that's one of your affirmations, you're looking in the mirror, you're doing the mirror work, whatever it is, okay? But then you're walking down the street or whatever, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but sometimes it takes repetition to kind of get this point across, especially in affirmation work. Repeating something like a wish list to Santa, which is how most people treat prayer, is not going to get you where you want to go. And it might, but it might be a snail's pace, right? And we don't want you trying to convince yourself of a lie. Like if you're saying I love myself, but you don't, fuck it. Chanting I love myself isn't going to bring you into a space of self-love. It's going to bring you into, well, my current relationship with myself isn't okay. That's more judgment. All right. I'm lying to myself. Well, that's a trust issue. Now I'm fucking, driving a bigger nail in the coffin of trust. All right. I would rather have you say, you know what? I don't love myself, but I would like to get there. That's an affirmation. All right. If you're working on self-love, all right, who isn't, okay, and you want that, but you're not getting there, I would love to invite you to move away from chanting I love myself or something along those lines to something more truthful, something that is actually right here, right now, because wherever you are is okay. Why is it okay? Because it's where you are. You have to have self-acceptance in order for true momentum and progress to take hold. Yeah? So I'd rather have you chant something like, I'm not in a space where I love myself, but I'm really wanting to get there. I desire self-love. Self-love is something I want. I'm not there yet, but I'm really excited to get there. Or maybe you don't even want it, but you want to want it. I don't really love myself. I'm not even sure if I want to love myself, but I want to want that. One day I want to love myself, all right? I would rather have you be chanting that because number one, it's more of a truthful statement, which causes more resonance as opposed to dissonance in the system. Because when you're chanting an affirmation that you actually don't believe, you're causing dissonance within the actual biology of your body, okay? Who's talking about that shit? Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Affirmation. Just chant this shit and get rich. And hey, if that's working for you, knock yourself out. But I'm talking to the back row of people who that shit's not fucking working for. And those people need to move up to the front row because I guarantee you're the majority. I love a good swish. You know what? If you're in a hot climate and you got your hands on a cold beverage, give yourself a swish because it gets into the gums, it gets under the tongue, it gets into the bloodstream. It can really cool you down. Hey-o. Side tangent. All right, so let's practice this. Let's practice this self-love. And feel the difference, right? Feel the difference. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And if you love yourself, chant away, okay? But if you don't believe what you're saying when you say I love myself, I'm fucking amazing. If you don't believe that, then move into more of an honest statement, an honest affirmation, which is like, you know what? I want to love myself. I really want to love myself. Or I want to love myself. I want to want that. I really want to want that. Or I want to love myself, yeah? I want to see myself in a space of self-love. I want to appreciate myself. I really want to appreciate myself. I don't really appreciate myself right now, but you know what? I want that. I want that. Do you feel just within the truth of that statement? There's like a spaciousness that happens in the cellular structure of the body. There's an openness that happens within the heart chakras. There's an openness that happens in a different type of swirling momentum within the cerebral fluid of the body. There's less of a clench of your fucking asshole because you're no longer lying to yourself and trying to convince yourself out of where you are. Again, being okay with where you are. Now, that's not complacency. That's just like, okay, I'm here. I'm just in the fucking moment. And that's where that's where the momentum happens, darling, okay? Can we talk about the bitch squad? This is my new move. It takes care of the sweat goatee and sweat mustache all at the same time. Bitch, you know I fucking love you, okay? Affirmations, do they work? They work if you're fucking honest.